Hi, sir. Good day. Just an update regarding your Fiverr order. I have now completed your inventory automation for your bicycle parts system here. Like once the stack falls below the alert value, it will send an email and also um, call this a summary report for a list of parts that is low on stack. Let me open your Globiflow here. So as you notice, I created these new apps that will be used in the automation, consumable parts, and then the stacks. Feel free to rename these apps right here into Spanish. Right now, I name this as English. Also, I made some changes in your apps here. The sure, it's Pecas and then your um, maintenance app right here. Let me open the custom or new apps I created here. Consumable parts and then the stacks. So first, let me explain this two new apps. So consumable parts will now be used mainly for your maintenance for consuming available um, units or stack. So basically, there's a new field here. The name, a new section here for creating consumables automatically. So consumables has a link to the Farts app, and then you can put in quantity that needs to be consumed on a specific maintenance item here. So let's open a sample parts item like this one, brake pad this. As you notice here, there's new fields like this one, and this one. Um, this his stack history field is the same now. It's based on the field you have here on Unidades. So I've converted this Unidades as a stack reference record right here. So that means whenever you receive an on-hand item, you need to, for a specific part, like for example, brake pad this, for you receive an item today, like 10 units, you need to add that as an item under stacks up right here. So let's try doing that. For example, receive a quantity of 15 for brake pads. So just create a brake pads. Create a stacks item. Create this new stack. Put in the date you receive it, the quantity, and then for documentation, you can also add image. And most important is put in the brake pad. The parts item, and hit save. So after doing that, you should now be able to see under parts item that stack item you have created will be recorded. So you can see it here. You can click this. This is the stack item you have set up or created earlier. I created earlier. And so for this -6, let me temporarily change this to, for example, pipe. So this available units here will now be based on the total stacks added together, or the sum of stacks. So I have now 20 right here because I added the stack 15 and then 5. That's total of available units of 20. Now these available units will be automatically deducted based on consumable parts created for the maintenance record. So if there's a maintenance record that will consume 3 brake pads this, so the only thing you need to do is either use this um, section here I set up brake pad, and put in the quantity like uh, 8, and hit create consumable parts record button right here. This will automatically create a record like this, and then it will automatically um, unset the item here. So if I open this consumable parts, I have this. It will show me the parts item, the quantity, and the maintenance information where it was used. Mm, okay, so 8 units had been used for this maintenance for brake pads. So if I look on the parts brake pad, this value here should be automatically calculated based on the use number of units. And also you will see that um, maintenance record on this purchase history field. So there are 8 that had been used minus 20, and that the available units now is 12, as you can see. And then if there's other maintenance item, use the brake pads. For example, this one, brake pads. And then let's try to have the um, units falls to the, I mean, available units falls below the alert stack value here. So let's say another 5 units had been used, and then I'll hit create consumable parts record, and that will create a consumable item and then automatically link here. And if I look on the parts, I'll see that the available units now is 7, which is correct. So there are 13 used units on this following maintenance item. So 13 minus 20, I have now on my stack, I have now 7 left on hand. Since this item falls to, I mean the available units falls to the alert, I should receive a um let me just okay, so for the alerts, this is the individual item alerts you'll receive if the um this item falls to the um value you put in on this alert test stack. field. Uh, don't mind the number here. It's the other item I used earlier because the alert is now set up for your email right here. So this should be now sending alerts to your email address here. And on top of the individual alerts, you should be able to get a summary report every. Okay, going back to the summary, I mean, this is just another alert that I set up. So this will trigger every day, like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. every day. So basically, it will send an email to your address here. I mean, to your email address here with the list of items low on stack. So it just basically checks if the current quantity false or equals to the alert in value set up here for parts item. So you can see the brake pad disc here has 7 and then the alert is 10, which is correct as you can see. Um, and then if there's an item here that you don't like to be shown because you don't have plan anymore on purchasing them, so the only thing you need to do is set that parts item status to inactive. So you have field here item status. Just set this to inactive right here. All right, so that's pretty much how the inventory um, system works. So it's now heavily relies on stacks added to the parts item right here. Make sure to put in the parts item, quantity, and the date received, and that will automatically record and calculate the total stack here under stack history field. And then for consumables, under the maintenance app, you should now be able to um, create, instead of adding the, what you call this, I mean, you need to add consumables parts using this field here, or you can manually do that by clicking this add remove button or hit and then select the create new or add new, create new here, and select consumable parts. And then for example, another brake pad this, and then I set to 2, and this should send you an alert to this email address here. Just disregard it. It is just a test. And there you go. I have brake pad this again, and this should trigger an alert. Again, don't mind it. So that's clicking this and then hitting the create new is the manual um, way to create consumable parts. And then you can also use this create consumable section or setup. So for example, if I set headset here and then there's quantity of 1, create consumable parts, that will create a consumable parts and then add it in here as you can see. So that's the purpose of this section here. It will create consumable parts and add on this section. So there are one headset. So let me check if there's um okay. So this one is currently set to -1, and then there's one consume unit. So it the available units had been set to -2. All right, so that's how the inventory automation I have set up, sir. If I missed something, just let me know, or if you have any modification needed, thanks.